home. What's going on? I had to wait till the rest of the song. Come on. What's up, guys? I'm excited for today and excited that you are here. In my strong, very strong, unaltering opinion, this is some of the best stuff you can get from this challenge. Now, I know that might be weird to say. What we've been doing so far is quite powerful already. If you would, I don't know if you guys agree with that, but it's been pretty incredible so far, if I do say so myself. Okay, but this is seriously the greatest task you could go learn from this entire, or greatest skill you could go learn from this entire challenge, okay? This is like, you can suck it up on every single thing that we go talk about and teach from you guys for this whole thing, and just be good, or even kind of good at what I'm going to talk about today, and you will make money. Okay, seriously, this is the safety net. It is the parachute. It is to everything that we talk about. You can have F-level funnel building skills. You can have terrible traffic creation skills. You can have, it's seriously just this one piece, and you will make money. Okay, it's not a joke. I'm actually being dead serious with you guys. There are many gurus who have gone out and said the exact same thing. Who've gone out and said, look, the one thing we're talking about today, if you just are good at this one thing, you will make money. Okay, there was a few people, we're talking about publishing today, okay? Now, publishing is something I did not ever want to go do. I actually actively was trying to not publish. Seriously, Russell would get on, and I was in the Army at the time, and we'd be doing these sprints around the tracks, and I would see Russell's little bing, that he was on Periscope, and I would stop, and I'd run over to my phone, I'd watch him for a little bit, and he would be saying things like, all you guys gotta go publish. And I was like, oh, you're so cool, Russell. Absolutely not. Boop. Then I would set it down. I'd keep doing my runs. I was like, there's no way. I will never be a publisher. What would I even say? I'm not gonna be one of those talking heads guys. Okay, and that was my big fear for a long time. It's like, I will do whatever you say, Russell. I will never, ever do the publishing thing. Don't ask me to. I'm gonna avoid it every time you tell me. Okay, does anyone else feel that? Because for me, it was this piece for me. It's like, absolutely not. Imposter syndrome? Yeah, a little bit, definitely, right? I'm so glad you decided to start publishing. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate that. What to write about? Exactly. 100%. Now, what are like the biggest fears you guys have about publishing? Just write them over in the chat here. When I say publishing, specifically what I mean is things like consistent Facebook Lives, or YouTube, or podcasting, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Someone said theology. I'm not an expert. You don't have anything awesome. Grammar. You don't have anything to write about. No one's listening to you. You don't have will anyone attend? You have a boring life. I bet you're exciting, Blake. Looking fat. Can't back it up with more stuff. Time, quality might be stupid. Hecklers, definitely. There's always hecklers. Those are the special children of life. Double chin. Yes, haters is amazing how much you take granted for, others no. Anything in front of the video. Yes, hecklers. Watching me drink my coffee. Trolls. Okay. Yes, 100% to all that. I was feeling the exact same thing. Now, remember, for me, I was the guy that was very shy growing up. I had a near clinical fear of adults, and I would walk the other way whenever I saw one. I would go and I would, seriously, right? And I've told you guys a few of these before and whatever. Okay. But it was, so when I thought about publishing, okay, and the fact that I barely graduated high school, I think out of the mercy of teachers. I was kicked out of college. I had to wait 4 years, learn how to learn, then go back to college and reapply. And I almost got straight A's after that. Okay, are you talking about doing a book or Facebook Live? Now, when I say publishing, what I mean is consistent speaking somewhere. Whether that's a blog, it doesn't matter what you choose to do as long as it's consistent. And so what happened to me, though, is I was like, I see... I see you speaking, Russell, and I will never do it. And I bootstrapped my way to his first event, and no joke, right, I didn't have money for that taxi, so I rode a bike there through San Diego, downtown San Diego, to the event with my luggage over my shoulder, and I hid the bike in a bush. And as I was walking into the hotel, I remember distinctly telling myself, I will do whatever this man tells me to do, but I will never publish. Okay, I will never publish. And no joke, I get in there and we watch the very first day, and Russell gets up and he goes, all of you should be publishing a lot. And I was like, crap! I just agreed to do whatever he said. I don't want to do this. And a week later, I was working next to him. And I had never planned on working at ClickFunnels, but the opportunity presented itself. I was well prepared. I said yes. I sat this far away from him, and the CEO of $100 million company already by that time. This was like 4 years ago. Okay, they already had a run rate of a ton of money. Okay, he was sitting there. Where's my phone? And he would sit there and he'd be like, "Hey," right? And it was weird because there's two monitors that I had, and it perfectly bounced his reflection because we sat back to back. It bounced his reflection off of his monitors and his face, so his face was always like subtly in my monitor, and I knew it was Russell Brunson. I was like, "This is Russell Brunson." Like, don't say anything stupid. He was like Sandlot. Don't be a doofus. Don't be a doofus. Right? And he was right there in the corner, and all the time he would have his phone up, and he would be going, "What's going on, everyone? I'm so excited. I'm Russell Brunson." And I was like, what is with this dude? Like, I knew he was already like all the time, but and I was like, what's going, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, what is the CEO of $100 million SaaS company doing that for? Right? And then 2 seconds later, he'd bring his podcast mic over and be like, "What's going on, everyone? It's Russell Brunson." Right? And then 10 minutes later, he'd be over on his blog. "What's up, everyone? It's Russell Brunson." And I was like, what's going on? Why does he care so much about this? And I started changing my mentality a little bit. Like, is he just trying to be seen more? Is he trying to see his own face more? Does he want to hear his own voice more? Is all the things that I hear people go through whenever we say, you should start publishing. Okay? Because I was going through them too, and that's the reason I'm telling you guys. And about 3 months in, I was like, gosh, fine. Okay, there's something to it. Okay, as I started building his funnels for his personal clients, right, I was doing them a lot for like Marcus Lemonis on CNBC for the TV show The Prophet. We built a lot of his inner circle funnels. We built a lot. That's what I was doing. It was ClickFunnels funnels, but it was really his personal clients funnels that I was brought in to help him build. So these really high end people, right? And no joke, guys. Every time we would build a funnel, it shocked me to death. Okay, but we'd be on these intro calls with these big gurus, and he would tell them. Right, he'd be sitting right here, and I'd be listening. He'd be sitting right here and be like, "Look, we're excited to build this funnel for you, massive influencer person. How are you? But we won't do it unless you do this one thing. Sir, your only role," and this is what he'd be telling all these people, and this is what changed my mind. I'd be like, why is he saying this? He'd be like, "Your only role in this entire thing, we will handle the funnel build. We will put the rest of the product together. We will go and we will send traffic to it and launch it. The only thing you are required to do, massive influencer person, is you have to do a Facebook Live or equivalent every day for the rest of your life." And he would say that to them every time. And I'd be like, why? Who cares? And it was the craziest thing, you guys, to watch. He understood something that I did not at that time. Okay, this is like 4 years ago, okay? And he understood, it's three or four, no, wow, crap, almost 4 years ago. Okay, he understood something that I didn't at that time. And what he understood was the power of consistent publishing, not just what it does to the audience, but how it changes the entrepreneur. I started watching these people who didn't know how to speak become the attractive character. Okay, what's cool about this book, right? Expert Secrets, right? Teaches you, if you haven't read it, as soon as this challenge is over, go read this, okay? This is better than my entire marketing degree. Seriously, no joke, no fluff, no smoke, okay? Seriously, these two books, better than my entire marketing degree, bar none, easily said, without contest, okay? Spent 5 years. If you don't want to do that and a whole bunch of money, just read these two books, you'll be caught up, okay? What's interesting is in this book, it teaches, in order to create a mass movement, you need 3 things, right? And some of you guys know this already. What are the 3 things that you need in order to create a mass movement? Attractive character, Ryan, 100%, right? FBC. Charismatic leader, future-based cause, and culture. Yep, 100%. Awesome. Okay, so you need a cause, you need an attractive character, and you need a new opportunity. Which part do you think everybody gets distracted by? Cause, attractive character, new opportunity. Everybody seems to skip past the attractive character piece and they go create a new opportunity because it's new. Okay? In the thousands of people I've coached doing this now, okay, the 500 plus funnels I've built on my own, people skip over cause because it's very checkboxy, okay? they kind of run past the attractive character because there's internal growth, and they run to new opportunity because it's new. By definition, it is exciting, it is new. And so they run straight to it, which is not bad, but it's at the cost of the attractive character. My friends, do not outsource the role of becoming an attractive character. You can outsource pretty much everything else in your business. I'm telling you right now. I'm begging you, okay? There is a pattern that I see. I would be an idiot if I did not see the patterns in the stuff that I do with this. Do not outsource the role of becoming an attractive character. Don't outsource it at all. Okay, this piece right here. Okay, that's why I had my finger there. Okay, this piece right here, becoming the attractive character, the charismatic leader, is part of what develops you. It's the journey. Okay, and the reason people skip past it, which I get, but the reason people skip past it is because they jump past it. They go, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go get this thing. I'm so excited to do this. I'm excited. And they skip past it. And the attractive character piece requires growth from the person. The actual essence of the individual must increase. It's not fun. It's the part that isn't fun. It's the part that is a challenge. It's the part that is like, crap, Russell Brunson, that's the thing I don't want to go do, dude. I hate speaking. I don't want to talk. Right? And that's totally all the things that I was feeling for a very long time. So, today what I'm going to teach you guys is how I publish and how I do it, how I did it very easily to make it very low impact on myself. Because I knew I would not continue it if I made it this huge, convoluted, really complicated process. That would suck. Okay? What would your attractive character be, Stephen? Great question. So in these books, the attractive character is one of the only topics that is in both books. Okay, there's very few topics that are in both books. That's one of them. Okay, I started out, and if you guys don't know what this is, the attractive character, there are different roles and there are different personas that you can take on. Now, I didn't know how to talk, so I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. Okay, I didn't know how to talk. I didn't really want to learn how to talk. Okay, I wanted other people to do the talking for me. And so I leaned into that. Rather than like shame myself, you gotta learn how to talk, Steven. No, instead what I did is I walked out and I said, I'm gonna be the attractive character role that this book talks about called the reporter. And for a long time, I was the reporter. Meaning, I didn't have to know all this crap. I didn't have to be the expert. I just went and interviewed experts. They did the talking for me. I just asked questions. What questions did I ask? How'd you get started? What should people be focused on? Stuff like that. Stuff that would just pull from them all the genius that they already were that I didn't have to go learn. I was like, I don't think that I'm good enough for this, right? And I would pull in all these people who were already experts to come in and do all the talking for me. Okay? I was like, I'm going to choose. Now, the first thing I would do is I would choose a platform that you guys can be focused on. That's very easy for you. Okay, so the first thing right now, how many of you guys love reading blogs? I know I asked a little bit about this before, but just follow with me. There's a different spin on this. Okay, a lot of people say no, some say yes. Congratulations, that's awesome. If you love reading blogs, you are now a blogger. Congratulations. How many of you guys love podcasts? I love podcasts. Oh my gosh, podcasts are amazing. Okay. Congratulations, you are now podcasters. Okay? Now, how many of you guys you love video? You like watching Facebook Lives all the time. You love YouTube, right? I love YouTube. I'm a YouTube junkie. Congratulations, you are now videographers. Grab a camera or your phone and just start talking into it, okay? Okay? What I want to do real quick, though, is I just want you to know, like, okay, now choose a platform. The point is, I'm not telling you what you have to do, but the point is to choose a platform that you feel a low barrier to entry to pull off. Okay? So for me, I chose podcasting because I didn't want to get on camera. Okay, it's funny, that's what I do now because the journey developed me and I was willing to feel pain in order to be developed. Okay, but I didn't start this way. 2.5 years ago, I was like, I'm going to be a podcaster. So I grabbed a mic. I didn't have one, so I borrowed Russell's all the time, every morning at 6 a.m. Okay, and I went and I grabbed a microphone. Before that, I was just on my phone. That's what he usually does as well anyway, by the way. So he just goes and he grabs the voice app, voice memos. It's already on all the phones, right? And he would just talk. That's what he did for the first 500 episodes of Marketing Secrets and Marketing in Your Car. Seriously, keep it simple, okay? Keep it really, really simple. That you can have this massive. I have a huge, convoluted, massive, two huge 9 agency content team. Okay, it's literally not. It's huge. Okay, it's very expensive. Don't start like that. Okay, I started with a $5 a month Libsyn account. Libsyn. Libsyn. That's one of my favorites. Okay. $5 a month Libsyn account. What was super cool about that is it would go and I would do my podcast. And I'd be like, what's going on, everyone? It's Steve Larsen. Welcome to blah, blah, blah. And here's. And today I've got such and such guest on with me because I don't know what to say otherwise. And I didn't say that, obviously. But they came on. Okay? And I just, what do I need to ask them? Seriously, just go listen to other people interviewing them and write down the questions other people ask other people. Okay? I kept it, seriously, keep it really simple. That's what I did. Now I have all these gurus coming on in and getting on my stuff. They're developing the stuff. You know what? I've never had anybody ever turn me down to being on a podcast. Ever. Even when I first started, and it wasn't like I had no email list, guys. I had no list. I had no following. There was nobody. No one knew who I was. Now I was awkward as a speaker. I know some of you guys know my show, but like if you listen to the first few episodes, I've done well over 300 now. My first few episodes suck, okay? They're terrible. They're terrible. Just chalk it up, my friends. Don't be a perfectionist and just say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. I'm going to marry it, okay? I'm willing to suck in order to be good, and that's okay. One of Garrett White's quotes, which we all know, which is really, really awesome. Maybe you don't. It's like, hey, look, at first you're going to suck, and that's okay. But as you keep going, eventually you'll suck little, so less, eventually it'll be good. It's something like that, okay? But just do it. Just do it. And as you keep doing it, it was weird. I'm just telling you my experience so you guys can hear. Like, here's the problem. If you start publishing, if you wait to start talking when you are already up here, this amazing genius that everybody knows, you're already, right? And you're already this attractive character. You're already a success. If you wait here to begin publishing because you're afraid you don't have the credentials, you are far less believable. Okay? You're way less believable. If Russell Brunson waited to begin publishing when he was right here, he was way less believable. It's the reason people love him so much. You can listen back to his first few episodes. They weren't that good until episode 60 or 70. Okay? I know. He knows. We've had open conversations about this. Okay, I went back and I think I was on episode 50 or 60 and I listened back to the first few of my episodes. I was still working at ClickFunnels at the time and I walked in one morning and I go, what's up, dude? How you doing? Good morning. How are you? What's up? Salutations. And I walk on in and I go, dude, have you ever listened to your first few episodes on your show? And he goes, yeah, don't do that. I was like, I just did. I think I'm going to go delete them. They're pretty, the content's good. My delivery is awful. And he looked at me. He's not a confrontational dude. Okay, he looked at me and he goes, no! And I was like, whoa! What? He goes, don't delete him. This is exactly what he said. Dude, no! That's how they knew you were human once. Ooh. That's big. Dude, no. That's how they knew you were human once. Okay, there is this jacked up freaking lie in the internet that says I have to be a professional. That's garbage. I have to be this thing in order to be qualified to start talking. No. Okay? That was what I was believing. No. Okay? That's not true at all. Not true at all. What's interesting is, now let's say that you haven't attained what it is that you're going for now. How do you publish? What's the goal of it? I don't want to be an imposter. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be lying to people. Steven, I haven't attained the thing that I want to be an expert in. How many of you guys are feeling that? Okay? I get it. Okay? That's exactly what I was feeling. So first of all, what I did is I interviewed a bunch of people so that they did the talking for me. The second thing that I did, though, is what I decided to do was just document the journey that I was on. How many of you guys have ever seen the show Seinfeld? Right? Most of you have ever seen the show Seinfeld. What's interesting about the show Seinfeld, that show was created kind of as a joke. right? If you know the backstory of it all, they really didn't expect it to get that far. It was kind of a joke. They had no, it's a show about nothing, and they knew that, and it was on purpose. It's a show about nothing, but it's one of the most wildly successful shows that's ever been out there ever, right? Ever. I mean, it's been around, was it like the 70s that show started, the 80s, right? I don't even know, right? Don't quote me on that. But it's been around for freaking decades, and it's been over for decades, but it runs all the time, and it's a show with no theme. Why? It's about life, and we gobble it up. So I was like, what if I used to use that in the way that I was publishing? Okay? So what I decided to do was how can I make this attractive for people to listen to? So what I did is I created the show with the theme of, what if I just document the journey that I'm on? Both the good and the bad. That's really attractive for people to follow. Now my podcast, right, about 150 episodes ago, the intro, I turned it into, hey, what's up? My name's Steve Larsen. I've learned from the world's top marketers for the last 4 years, and now I've left my 9-to-5 to create my first $1 million business with no VC funding, no debt, no equity giving up, only with today's best funnels, completely from scratch. Follow my journey, right? As I document both the good and the bad on the way, right? That's my intro. It's something like that. How cool is that? Like, that's super cool, right? The show exploded. People followed all over the place because I gave them a theme to listen to. I hadn't even attained the thing that I had called my shop for. I have now, okay? But like, I didn't start like that. I got 250 episodes under my belt before ever hitting the thing that I was going for in the first place, right? When you do that, when you start to publish when you're down here rather than here, when you start to publish when you're down here, what ends up happening is people start to listen to you. They start to follow. They start to watch. And they cheer your accomplishments with you. Rather than it being this, oh, well, of course he's going to go be successful because he's Steven Larsen, right? If I had started that now, it would have been a huge mistake, okay? What I did instead is I published and published and published, right? Russell's live right now. Hey, it's awesome, right? What I did is I started publishing the journey from the bottom. That's attractive. That's extremely fun to listen to, okay? Boom. And then all of a sudden, they cheer my accomplishments with me, right? They console me when I don't hit the things I want to. They're like, oh my gosh, I hope you hit it. Oh my gosh, let's go do this. I call my shot publicly, and I bring them on the journey, both the good and the bad, of what I'm learning on the way. Did I hear what I just said? What I'm learning on the way. Meaning, I didn't already know it. I was at a dinner a few months ago. Crap, it's the end of January. Okay, never mind. This is like 8 months ago. Okay, I was at this dinner. I was speaking at this event, and it was cool. It was about 1,000 people at it, and afterwards we were having dinner, and we went and we were sitting down, and there was a group of them that had come over. We went and had dinner together, and they were asking me questions, and it was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it, and one of the guys though sat up, and it bugged me. He sat up and he goes, Steven, what will you talk about on episode 376? And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, like, what are you going to say on episode, I don't know, 467? I was like, well, first of all, I'm not going to care or even think about it until I've done episode 466. So the one before. And he goes, really? You don't, but like, what happens when you run out of crap to say? And I was like, what do you mean? And it really confused me for a while. And I sat there for a while, and we kept eating. We're having dinner. We kept eating, and everyone was chatting. And all of a sudden, it hit me. And I sat up, and I go, dude, you think I know what I'm going to say in every episode for the duration of the show, don't you? And he goes, well, yeah, it's your show. And I go, no, I have no idea what I'm going to say on the next. It's not that I'm like creating this pop shot crap content, but you're learning with me, right? I'm documenting the journey, both the good and the bad, stuff that I'm learning, stuff that's hard, stuff that's good, stuff that, you see what I'm saying? And he goes, huh. I said, yeah, like, meaning one of my favorite themes of the show that I have is to say something like, hey, you guys, what's up? It's Steven. I'm having this issue in my business, and so I thought I'd be open with you guys, showing you how I'm getting around it and solving the issue. That's a really attractive episode. You telling me that I'm going to see the problem you're having, Steven, and then how you're solving it, and I get to learn that for free from your episodes, right? And I went through and explained that to him. And when I don't know something, I've got books all over the place, right? I'll go start pulling books off the shelf, and when I learn something, like, oh my gosh, that's a great thing to go talk about and publish about. And I'm documenting the journey along the way. And it's super, super, super easy on me to keep it up like that. Very, very easy. It's super, yeah, thank you guys, appreciate that. Yeah, think of your audience and what's convenient for them to consume. Yeah, straight on, 100% Lisa, definitely. Okay, when you do it this way, it's very simple. Keep publishing very, very simply. Don't make it this complicated, convoluted thing. So I'm going to draw a few things here and show you guys how I actually do all my content. Okay. Now there's two methods that please understand. If you're not already publishing, do not try to make this really, really complicated. The fear of overcoming, I have to be talking, is big enough already. Don't make the mechanics complicated. Okay. When you get over that, then you can start doing it really, really cool. So here's how I noticed it for me. Around episode 20 or 30, I don't know how to describe it, you guys, but I started finding my voice, which is a weird thing to say. I would actively ask Russell, sitting right there, dude, how do you find your voice? Anyone ever wondered that? Right? For me, I was like, what's my voice, dude? How do I find my voice? And he would sit there, and I would hear him, and he has this way of talking, and he has this way of speaking and presenting. And I said, how do you find your voice, Russell? And he would look at me and he goes, dude, there's a few things in this game that I can't teach you. Okay, there are things in this game. Hear me when I say this. It might be something you want to write down. Okay, give yourself permission to suck for a while, okay? There are things in this life that we have to design. There's things in this business that are designable, but there are things in this business that have to be discovered. So some things we can design, some things we have to discover. Our voice and the way we speak and the way we present is very much a discovered skill. It's not so much a designed skill. There is ways to do it. There's really deep, beautiful ways to make yourself an eloquent speaker. There's great ways to make sure you don't say your ums and your ahs. Who cares? I say ums, I say ahs. Am I the most eloquent? No. I know I'm not. In fact, most people probably get mad that I yell a lot. I don't care. It's authentically me. Okay? The internet is the only platform in the entire world where I can be me louder. I don't have to be somebody else's interpretation of what success and successful people are. Me, how I really am, loudly. It's like the ultimate superpower, guys. And when you learn to just use your voice and speak, okay, but that's something that I can't say. You're like, well, in order to find your voice and you've never spoken for a while, this is what you have to do. Now, this is a discovered thing. Give yourself permission to suck. In fact, what I would do is just say that you're afraid on your first few episodes. What's up, guys? Hey, my name's Steve Larsen. I'm kind of nervous to be doing this right now. Frankly, I know I got good stuff. I'm not the best speaker. Do you know what that does? People jump on that and they go, whoa, someone who's authentic. How refreshing. Because that's not a normal thing on the internet today. Okay? Right? Most people are going out and renting freaking Lambos, taking pictures in front of them. And now, I am the definition of success, my friends. Not on the internet. That kind of crap doesn't work. It doesn't work very well. I'm not saying there's a place for it. And if you own a Lambo, all power to you. But if you're not there, stop acting like you are. Be where you are openly. Own where you are openly. With complete trust in yourself. Right? And then you can walk out and be like, this is where I am. This is where I'm not. This is where I want to go. And by the way, I'm a little bit freaked out. And suddenly, it's this empowering thing. You flip that crap on its head. And then you're like, I could take over the world, right? And people are like, I hope you do. Thank you for talking about it and being open with us. And it's a very different feel. I remember, I'll get to my machines in a second. I call them the content machine. I'm going to teach you two different versions of that today. Hopefully you're cool that I'm just riffing for just a moment here, because this is like a big thing. If I can get you to publish, you will be successful. Do you understand? That's why I'm hitting this so hard. If there is a pattern on all the thousands of people I have coached with this now, okay? If they choose to publish, they make it. If they don't, it is a gamble. If you don't want this to be a gamble or feel like it, publish. We could just end right there. Okay? You guys feeling me on that? If this is a big thing. I don't spend ad money on my podcast or my publishing. It's all organic. What does that mean? Somebody who comes in and is looking for stuff. They find my thing and they attach themselves to me. And they go, oh my gosh, this is really cool. Thank you for being so open. Okay, I'm a huge proponent of just being you loudly. And publishing is the way to do that. There was a time Russell had all of these inner circle people there. Okay, they were spending 25 to 50 grand to be in the room. It's a very high-end mastermind, and we have been planning this event for a while. And as we're walking up to the event, I'm with him. I'm walking next to him, and he and I are just chatting. And we're walking into the actual room where the event is. Everyone's already seated. There's music. It's loud. There's lights, right? We're keeping the energy going. And he and I are about to enter into the doors. And he looks at me, and he goes, hey, dude, do you want to introduce me? I said, you like on stage? He goes, yeah. You want to get on stage and introduce me on stage? And I was like, oh, are you serious? Like, I crapped my pants. I was like, no, crap. But I agreed to do hard stuff in my life. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. And I went and I immediately started asking him, oh my gosh. The room seriously was worth like hundreds of millions. Okay. There's a ton of people in there. I was like, you mean I got to go introduce you in front of all these people? He goes, yeah, man. If you want to, it'd be awesome. I'm on in like 3 minutes. I was like, dude, and I immediately started asking him for a script. I said, what's the script, man? Like, how do I, oh my gosh. And I started getting nervous. And he could see that. I started freaking out a little bit. And I was listening to him. I was like, hey, I'm your student, man. I'm clay. Mold me. You know, and that's what I would tell him all the time. I was like, make it hard, coach, right? Give me your hardest stuff every day, okay? What is it that you can give? Craft me, dude. Craft me. I'm sitting next to you. Craft me. So I was already on episode like 40 for my podcast. But I was still kind of in the middle of finding my voice a little bit. And he could see us sort of freaking out. And he took me out of the room and brought me back over into this other room. And he got very real with me for a second. And he said, Steven, frankly, I'm telling you, it's very impressive how well you model me. That's really cool. Like, most people can't do that. You model me very, very well. But it is time for you to find your voice. That's exactly what he told me. And I was like, crap. No, I don't want to, dude. That means growth. Like, that means I got to get uncomfortable. And he goes, stop asking yourself, how would Russell Brunson introduce Russell Brunson? How would Steven Larsen introduce Russell Brunson? And I was like, gosh. I was already having success in my funnels. I had been getting success for my personal clients. And I was like, dang it, man. Like, all right. So I took the mic and I walked on stage. And it was the first time Steve Larsen was born on stage. And I owned that crap. And it was a ton of fun. And I felt this thing. And the reason I'm telling you guys this story, from then on, I begged to be on stage. And then I started learning so much how Steven would say Steven Larsen stuff. Okay, that I took over for him in all these events that he could no longer speak at. And then I started, you guys get what I'm saying? This isn't like a me fest. I'm telling you guys, like, from a guy who was that shy, who failed like crazy, who is the least likely success story. Okay? If I could just convince you guys to accept this one challenge and do it for the rest of your life, just publish consistently. I don't know. Come up with your own schedule. 1, 2 a week, right? You just do that consistently for the rest of your life. Come back to me in a year and tell me your life is not radically different. Okay, seriously. There are many stories out there of people asking gurus, how do I be like you? And the guru will look at them. There's several. There's a lot of people who've done this. All you need to do is create a video every day for the rest of your life. And they'll make millions. Okay? Not at first. And in fact, they'll probably have 2 views. Their first video. It'll be them and their mom. Okay? Just chill. Give it time and know that you're building like the most powerful asset on the entire internet. Okay? The power to control an audience. Your audience. That you did not have to buy from Zuckerberg with ads. That you did not, you guys get what I'm saying? You bring those people in and the ability to speak and move masses. You know how powerful that is, right? Warren Buffett speaks and literally the stock market is affected. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Now, I've only been publishing actively and aggressively for the last like 2 or 3 years. Oh, shoot. It took 2 or 3 years? No, it really took like a year. And people were like, crap, who's this guy? And then I started getting stage invites, and I started getting the better cream of the crop types of deals coming to me, not me hunting them. Ooh, okay. And I started getting people running. Oh my gosh, Steven, you better hit the thing. Okay. What I'm trying to help you guys understand is like, this is one of the most powerful things. If I can get somebody to publish, like, I get asked all the time, Steven, what are the things that I can go and outsource, the things I can't outsource? Okay. You can outsource funnel building. We're trying to teach you the basic mechanics of funnel building. Okay, we're trying to teach, we need you to get this funnel out the door. Okay, you can outsource certain parts of that. You can outsource, don't outsource a lot of the sales message creation. Don't outsource a lot of things that we're talking about this week. Do not outsource attractive character development. Become the attractive character in front of your audience. Don't become it and then start publishing. Become the attractive character in front of the audience. Then you're like, whoa, that is your role as an entrepreneur in this business. It's not to know how to do everything, right? We taught you about the how. It's the who, not the how, right? But this is one of the things. Just learn it. Learn how to talk. And I'm not saying you have to be this insane content, huge business. I'm in the content business. I just publish as much content as I can in front. Some of you guys will develop into that, which is great. But just for now, like, learn your voice. Okay? Capiche? This is, yeah. Thank you so much. What is the value ladder behind you? Oh, don't worry about it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to walk through. I'm going to share my screen with you guys real quick here. And fam. Okay, here we go. Okay, so keep this simple. All right, keep this really, really simple on yourselves. And capiche, capito. What if you are loud in your podcast and then in life you're like, this is quiet guy? Aren't you going to be seen as a scam? Hey, no, that actually is a great question. So on my podcast, I'm loud. On stages, I'm loud. In person, I'm actually kind of quiet. I'm actually not a rah, rah, rah guy. There was a guy on stage. I was on stage, I was speaking at this event, and this guy got up. I think I told you guys this. He got up, and he's foreign, and which, it's fine. And he stood up and he goes, hey, are all of you Americans like, blah, 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 in order to sell things in America? It's ridiculous. I don't have to learn how to do that. You tell me that it was when I was teaching this concept. And he goes, you tell me I have to be like, blah, blah. And he was mocking me. He was actually kind of a jerk. And I was like, no, you don't have to be. But I just know that when my energy level, my audience will never go above my personal energy level, right? If I walk into the room and it's my company, they will never outdo my energy, right? It's like this law. Well, he's the boss. I'm not going to be more motivated than him. Same thing with my customers. If I'm not pumped, why are they going to be about my products, right? Are my products good enough? Are my products actually awesome? You know what I'm saying? They are. They're the best in the world. I'm going to be pumped about it. If I can't be excited, why on earth would I expect my customers to be? And that's what I was explaining to him. And I was like, besides the whole like energy drops a little by the time it pops out the other side of the camera, energy drops a little by the time it pops out the other side of the speakers, besides all that. Yeah, it's been proven, it's been shown. But besides that, like, they're not going to be stoked unless I am, right? Anyway, all right. Okay, check this out. All right, here is my content machine. Okay, now what I'm going to show you first is the content machine that I created to keep it simple when I was first starting. All right, here it is. Can you do that blah, blah, blah one more time? You like that? He was a jerk. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. So the first thing that I started with was audio, just MP3. .mp3. And what I was doing was I was turning that into the podcast. Okay. Now I'd take the MP3 and I would go. Now you don't have to do this. I'm just telling you guys what I did. Please don't feel like I'm telling. I had to spend all this extra money in order to implement what Steven was talking about. No, that's garbage. Okay, it's your choice. I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing here. What I did is I took that MP3. And there's two places you can go to get transcriptions. I wanted to repurpose content. One of the biggest things I ever learned from watching a guy like Russell and all the people he was around, they are all brilliant, for the most part, at repurposing content. Okay? They repurpose content like crazy. So if I did an MP3, what did I also create? A blog post. What? Now, I hate writing blog posts. I like writing. I'm never going to write a blog post. Okay? So what I did is I would go and I would get it transcribed into text. And you can use services like you could do it yourself. I'm just letting you know, so I'm not telling you to spend money. Okay, but Temi, super good one, 10 cents a minute. Okay, transcribed by a computer. It's really good if you know you're gonna go edit it anyways afterwards. Rev.com, super good one also. Those are great places to use. That's a dollar per minute transcription by a human being. So slightly more accurate. Anyway, but what I would do though is I would take let me just take that off though. What I would do though is I would go and I would take the MP3 and I would go put it on Libsyn. Okay. Now Libsyn, what's cool about Libsyn, and there's lots of them that are out there. Okay, I think Podbean, Zencaster, that's another one. And if you're like, what are all these resources? Just Google it. Okay. What I would do though is I would go put it into Libsyn because it was $5 a month. Okay, it was super cheap. I still use it. With the amount I publish now, which is crazy, I still only spend like $20-$30 a month. It's not that much. But what it does is Libsyn would go and it would send it to iTunes and iHeartRadio and Spotify and this one and this one and this one. And it would put text versions of different places, and it would auto-publish it to YouTube, and it would auto-publish it to whatever Facebook groups and pages I wanted to. And it would it redistributed, not just iTunes, but like tons of these different platforms. And this was really, I don't want to get you guys distracted by this stuff, but I just want you to understand, like, what was cool about it is in one shot I would go and I would get it on tons of other audio platforms, literally in a click. Some video platforms, some text platforms, and it would redistribute it to like 14 different platforms, boosh, in one click. Okay, that was really, really cool. $5 a month. Okay, now I was on multiple platforms. Okay, just because I don't like reading blogs doesn't mean I don't have people who like reading my blogs or who don't like it, right? There are people who do. So I'm going to match them on the platform that they're on. Okay, so I'll get it transcribed also into text. And if it seems complicated, it's not. I literally would take the MP3, I'd get it transcribed, and I'd wait for the transcription. Then at the same time, I would go and I made just a super simple WordPress blog. Okay, because I wanted some SEO in there. That was it. There it is. Really simple. And I would go and I would batch record 2, 3, 4 episodes at a time, and I would drop out 1 to 2 a week. How's it? Okay. And after about 40 episodes, I started noticing that my ability to speak was getting better. I started finding my voice. Around episode 70 to 80, something really happened around there. It was like I don't know. It was like I got more polarity. I got more opinionated, not in a negative way or like I was being a jerk. I was just like, look, this is what I stand for, is what I stand against. And I'd get people writing in being like, I can't believe what you stand for. And I'd respond back, stop following me if you have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? It was anyway, around 70, 80, I started getting more polarity. And that's really when the following was like, wow, I like this stuff. I identify, and it actually brought them closer to me, which is really, really cool. Anyway, I'm not trying to please everybody, and I'm not trying to save everybody either. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't be lukewarm. Straight on, 100% Joseph. Right? You got to be part of like half and half with each one of them. So, anyways, you guys making sense? This is making sense so far. I don't know any of this. This is awesome. I didn't even know what a podcast was until now. Holy crap! I'm very excited for you. Most of what I have is a YouTube and podcast education. Seriously, I listen to podcasts a lot. Steve, can publishing on a blog be just you posting PLR articles as content? You can. It'll kind of cheapen a little bit when people find out that it's a PLR. If you guys don't know what that is, it's private label rights, meaning it's other people's stuff. This is your show in Limelight. I would make it your own, honestly. I usually steer away from PLR content. I want to make it my own. So anyway, so I would go in and I would just batch record a whole bunch. And what I would do is I have a whiteboard or on Trello or on a piece of paper. Or my phone. What I would do is I would just kind of become, it wasn't like this massive mentally taxing thing, guys. What I would do is I would sit down, like as I was going throughout my day, I would look for a storyline that I could talk about, right? It was anything from like really cool to like really embarrassing. Seriously, to just get them like, look, this is a real guy. He's going to be real with you. It's funny I'm wearing this. This is a real dude. He's real with you, and he's going to, and he's fine, like, having strong opinions, right? And he goofs up sometimes, but he also wins sometimes. And and it's suddenly, that's an attractive character to follow. How long do you make the podcast episodes? Yeah, and you guys use anything that you guys want to. Here's the basic idea, though. It doesn't matter how long it is, as long as you're not boring. It's however long you have the capacity to hold real attention. And you will learn what that is for you, okay? So a lot of times my episodes, like, they'll be 20, 30 minutes long, sometimes longer, but I know they're very, very captivating. Now, I didn't start that way. My gosh, I could not ever. There's no way. Oh. Okay, I started with like 8 minutes, and I would literally take out a legal pad. Okay, I'd take out a legal pad, and I would use the Expert Secrets script for every episode called the Epiphany Bridge script. That's something we're going to talk about, I believe, tomorrow, and I got a really cool treat for you guys tomorrow as well. But if you guys go to page 114, the Epiphany Bridge script is right here, and I would literally use these 8 questions, and I would just write the answers to each of the questions and delete the question, and then that was my episode. And so if you listen to it, like the first like 10 episodes, you could totally tell that I'm reading. It's so funny. Whatever though, and I'll go through, what's up guys? And I have to go into backstory. So I was chasing my little girls around, and like the content was good and the tips I was giving were good, but it was delivery sucked. Few other tips here, okay? You will be tempted to make your episodes or whatever it is that you guys do consistently, whatever you publish, you'll be tempted to make them all straight tips and tricks. Do not do that. Okay? What I started doing, or what I started realizing, every episode for me is 80% story, 20% tactic. Okay? In the past little bit, they've gotten a little bit more tactic, but it's large majority is storytelling. And that's going to feel weird sometimes if you're like, just give me the brass tacks, Steven. Brass tacks, dude. Go straight to the point. One of the things that I realized was that I started listening to the audience when they said that. Steven, go straight brass tacks, dude. Give me just the tips. And I started doing that, and what I realized is that a lot of the listenership dropped. The reactions in general, I don't care if they were good or bad, I just needed a reaction. They went away. And I was like, where are you guys going? What's interesting is we all wish that we could go straight to the tip, all straight to the tactic, but it actually kills your listenership, okay? Unless the gold nugget you're trying to drop is wrapped in a story, they're not going to remember it anyway, and they're not going to learn it in an emotional state to do anything about it anyway, okay? You have to tell the story, okay? Must tell the story. Don't just go tips or tricks, okay? The benefit of that is that one of the side benefits of publishing so often is you're going to get really good at storytelling, which is the greatest asset you could ever learn, the greatest talent, the greatest skill you could ever learn as a marketer. Marketers are storytellers, just at the core. We tell stories, okay? And if you're like, I don't know how to be a marketer, learn how to tell stories. That's as far as you really need in order to be effective and make a lot of money, okay? Learn how to tell stories, okay? This has been a super, like, I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but I'm just trying to help you guys understand. If you just do this thing, if you just do this, you're going to make money, okay? Stop watching the clock and just do it. And pretty soon, in like 2 months, 3 months, you'll be like, oh, people are like reaching out, asking me personal questions now about their stuff. And after a few months, I was like, so many people are asking me now, like, I need to offer coaching hours. Oh, crap. So I'd made an episode. What's up, guys? Hey, there's so many of you guys asking me questions, which I really appreciate, but, like, just for the mere economies of scale of it, like, I can't handle it anymore. I'm dying. So if you guys want to buy an hour of my time, boom, this is how you do it, right? Cash flow. And now the podcast started cash flowing. And I took that money and I went and I increased my speed by hiring other who's, right? Other VAs we talked about last week. And I went and this whole thing started building the audience. That is how Steve Larsen became Steve Larsen so fast in the last 2 years. I 100% know that. There's not a doubt in my bones. That's why. It's because of publishing, okay? And being super open. Anyway, love today's really life-changing. Lisa, thank you very much. This is groundbreaking crap, okay? You guys get this stuff, because most people, what they do is they think first of all, you have to be an expert. You don't. It's actually less attractive if you already are, right? And if you already are, the way you get around that is you tell a lot of stories of how you got started, okay? They need to be brought through how you became who you are, okay? They need that. then they'll celebrate with you. Okay. All right. So this is the first content machine that I used. Oops. This is the first content machine that I used. Crap. Let me get paintbrush up here again. All right, now here's the second thing here real quick. I'm doing all three. Yeah, no, do it. Colleen, that's awesome. Lolo. What I would do, though, is just focus on one platform and then repurpose the content. Super easy, makes it way easy on you. Anyway, and I was like, crap, I need money, though, to repurpose the content. I don't want to spend my own money, and I didn't want to, so I didn't. So I went and I promoted ClickFunnels, got a few accounts under my belt. That was all the revenue I needed to sustain a consistent content machine, right? Which ultimately is what brought all the people to me. And I will tell you, it has been my experience. I now have almost 300,000 downloads on one show alone, and the second show is 50,000. Okay, they blew up. They're doing awesome. Okay, I have a ton of listens on that. Okay, but what's interesting is, like, I would not have stayed consistent with this had I started with video. Just a little tip there, because I had to learn how to entertain the camera visually and use my voice at the same time. That would have killed me. Okay. I'm not saying you can't do it if you're already comfortable, and a lot of you guys are, which is great. I started with audio, though, because no one could see me and I didn't know what to say. And I was interviewing all these people. Most of my episodes for the first 30 are just interviews of other people. I didn't know what to say. Okay. And as I started getting opinions and opinionated, then I knew what to say. And I would go use it in the Epiphany Bridge script. I'd write that script and just basically read it until I got a lot better. That helped like crazy. Okay. Otherwise, I had to entertain the camera. Okay. And have fears of, okay. That's a new level of confidence that was really, really challenging for me for a little while, though. Okay, but I knew I needed a consistent content machine. I didn't want to go spend my money, so I used ClickFunnels and promoting ClickFunnels. That gave me, $1,000 a month that I could go and just be dumping into content. I will tell you right now, my absolute, bar none, absolute best customers come from those who have come from my content, not my ads. This is like a big old gold nugget drop. Oh, I have my gold bar. Just drop some gold there. Somebody better pick it up. Okay? My best buyers, best success stories, most likely success stories, shortest length to having success in general on my products always come through my content and not my ads. I use the ads because I make a lot of money from them. It's something that's measurable. It increases my speed. Okay? But the best buyers have always come from my content. Okay? The business that I love comes from those who are coming from my content. Okay, so just real fast, I know this is kind of a long one here, but this is like a huge deal, and it's the reason why I'm going super hard on it. This week is my favorite week of the entire challenge, by the way. Storytelling, what? Okay, talk about some life-changing. Oh my gosh, this is so huge. Now this is what I do, and I'm not gonna go super deep into it. For those of you guys, okay, anyways, let me just squirrel. Let me stop. Let me keep going. Okay, check this out. The way I start it now is I start with a video because I love YouTube and I wanted to take advantage of it. It took me like 200 episodes to gain the courage to do that, though. So if you're like, I have to do all of it once. No, you don't. It's part of the attractive character progress, right? Let them see you on the bottom, right? And now I have stories about me freaking out and not wanting to do it. How much more believable is, like, how many of you guys feel more like, oh, I'm going to go publish after hearing all my stories? If I was just like, you got to publish, and I do it this way, and it's to the extreme level, baby, and unless you're doing it that way, you will fail, right? That sucks. And so because I can say, yeah, look at how I sucked for a while, and that's okay. It's more believable. More people take action on it, and it changes their life. I teach a lot of this stuff to a lot of people. I have a lot of my own individual students now on the very tops of iTunes because of this stuff. I know it works. Just do it, okay? All right, so what I do first of all is I start with video. Then we go rip it out, and basically we rip the MP3 from it. All right, then after that, what we do is I go rip the MP3 and then go put it in the text. From the video, though, we go and we actually do additional things to it. We rip images. Okay, so then we can hit Pinterest and Instagram. Anyway, we rip a lot of stills. We rip and we'll chop out a lot of like 15-second and 1-minute teasers, a lot of video teasers. We hit, it's like, It's a huge process, okay, now. But it's because one day Zuckerberg might do the Thanos snap, right? Snap! And kill Facebook for all of us, okay? The fact that I've got fingers in tons of platforms, there's people, I'm not on Pinterest. I hate Twitter, but I'm on them because others are too. It's not about my opinions. The market voted and they liked it. So that's where I am also. So I'm putting all my content in all these different places, seeding audiences and feeding people. Okay. And what it's doing is it's insurance. So when I'm running ads here and I'm running paid ads, I'm doing Dream 100 stuff, which we will definitely talk about, which is freaking powerful. I'm running affiliate stuff, but a huge backbone to why the success has happened so quick is this. Okay. Then what happens is, so like this is what we do with it. And it goes to blog platforms, and it's going iHeartRadio, and all these, like, tons of places it's going after that. Tons of places it's going after that, okay? It's getting repurposed, all the cool image places, all the places that are best for video teasers, full-out YouTube and other video platforms and content play, like, okay, all over the place. But the way it works for us is I go in and I say, sounds like a lot of work. It is a lot of work. That's why I'm telling you not to start with this version. I'm telling you to start with the first version I was telling you. I'm just, so you know where I usually take it. When you're ready to blitz the internet, okay, this is how I've been doing it. So I go and I film the video, right? And then the video gets sent over to someone who rips out the MP3 and gets it ready for iTunes. And then he sends it over to someone who's a YouTube expert who SEOs the crap out of it and rips out all the other assets we need. And then the SEO expert goes and grabs what happens? Blog. Right, then they write the blog, and then the next person goes and SEOs the crap out of the blog. Okay, then the next person goes, it's a big process, I'm just telling you. Okay, then the next person comes in, and they're the ones that do a whole bunch of auto posting and set up auto posting. Then the next person goes in, and then the next person, and it can go as far as you want. Okay, and it's big. Okay, it costs me about 20 to 30 grand a month. And it brings in way more than that. Okay, but it's the point that the point I'm saying is, like, if you can learn the talent of just being the attractive character and learn your voice and take it from somebody who's just freaked out for such a long time, okay, just do it and understand that you're gonna suck for a while, and that's okay. That's totally fine. And go in and with the understanding that, like, this is a funnel, okay? This is one of the, it's the safety net. It's the insurance policy for every funnel that I build. All I do is I go out and I say, what's up, audience, right? I've got this cool idea. It's going to be really cool, really awesome episode, cool story, cool tactic. Here's a call to action so that I can keep getting people where I can keep promoting stuff. But then I'm seeding stories in the podcast. They're following me in a sideways webinar, like a sideways launch. Right? Then every few episodes, it's like, boom, go here, boom, go here. And I'm controlling and swaying and moving the audience in a way that I need to for whatever funnel that I'm launching. I just time it with whatever funnel I'm launching at the time that the episode goes live. Okay? Really, really awesome. Alrighty. You guys good? Someone says I keep embarrassing videos. They're funny. Yeah, I have a blooper reel that I'll go toss on my group so that everyone can laugh. Okay, because we all stumble, we all stutter, we all say things that are stupid, we all mumble, anyway. It's just part of it. And acting like it's not there is a major mistake. So be open, be real. This is one of my favorite episodes or things ever that I walk through with you guys. You guys got overwhelmed. I already published once a day. Hey, it's awesome. Super cool. Don't get stressed out, guys. Actually, there's two kinds of stress. There's de-stress, which is destructive, and I don't think I've done that to you. There's eustress, which is growth stress, and I think that's what I've done. So if it is, just make sure you're not like, I'm stressed, and think that it's bad. Some stress is good. Okay. Know that that's where you can take it. Know that that's what it is for you, and understand that this is one of the greatest assets, real assets of the entire internet. And if you just lean in and do it, it will change your life. Okay. And people you've never heard of, the only reason why you have is because they started publishing consistently. Okay. Anyways, guys, we'll talk to you guys later. Please go do the challenge for today. Find a way to just keep it freaking simple. Simple, simple, simple. Don't make this complicated. Figure out your path and make your first episode. Guys, and we'll see you guys later. See you tomorrow. This is my favorite week. We got a big treat tomorrow. Bye.